Welcome, tech enthusiasts and startup savants, to another electrifying episode of Navigating the AI Frontier. I'm Mark, your guide through the digital jungle of Gen AI.
And I'm Tom, the Robin to Mark's Batman, minus the tights and plus a healthy dose of skepticism.
Today we're diving headfirst into the talent pool of AI. And let me tell you, it's less Marco Polo and more Hunger Games out there. We're talking mapping the AI talent landscape, where finding the right people is harder than teaching a neural network to appreciate dad jokes. Let's kick things off with a sobering truth. In the world of Gen AI startups, talent isn't just king, it's the whole royal family, the castle, and the kingdom. We're in the middle of an AI talent gold rush, and everyone's trying to stake their claim.
Right. And just like the actual gold rush, not everyone's going to strike it rich. Some startups are going to end up with fool's gold, or worse, an empty pan and a case of dysentery.
Charming analogy, Tom. But you're not wrong. The Gen AI field is moving faster than a caffeinated cheetah, and the pool of experienced professionals is smaller than a Silicon Valley startup's work-life balance. So, how do we navigate this treacherous terrain? Enter Wardley Mapping, the GPS for your talent expedition.
Exactly. Imagine Wardley Mapping as the marauder's map of the AI world. It reveals where the talent is hiding, where it's heading, and how to avoid the Filches and Mrs. Norrises of the corporate world trying to snatch them up.
For our listeners who didn't spend their childhood dreaming of Hogwarts, care to break down how this mapping actually works?
Gladly. We start by positioning different AI skills and roles along an evolution axis. Think of it as a tech family tree. General machine learning skills might be the wise old grandparents, while cutting-edge Gen AI techniques are the newborn babies still learning to crawl.
All right, so we've got our map. But how do we identify the X that marks the spot? Surely we can't just rely on fancy degrees and years of experience in a field that's younger than most TikTok influencers.
Spot on, Tom. In the world of Gen AI, the traditional resume is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. We need to look at practical skills, project experience, and contributions to open-source AI projects. It's less about where you've been, and more about what you can do, and how quickly you can adapt.
So you're saying we should hire based on GitHub commits rather than Ivy League diplomas?
It's not quite that simple, but you're on the right track. The most successful Gen AI startups are looking beyond conventional talent pools. They're the ones finding the diamond in the rough, that self-taught AI whiz who can outcode a room full of PhDs.
Let's zoom out a bit. We're not just talking about local talent, are we? This is a global game of chess, and every startup is trying to yell, checkmate.
Absolutely. The rise of remote work has turned the AI talent pool into a global ocean. Startups need to think beyond their local tech hubs and consider talent from Bangalore to Budapest, Sydney to São Paulo.
Sounds like a logistical nightmare. How do you manage a team spread across more time zones than there are in a Doctor Who episode?
It's challenging, but not impossible. The key is to map out potential talent sources globally, considering factors like time zones, cultural fit, and regulatory environments. It's like assembling the Avengers, but instead of superheroes, you're gathering supercoders from around the world.
Now let's take a closer look at our Wardley map for the AI talent landscape. It's like a treasure map, but instead of X marking the spot, we've got AI skills scattered across the evolution axis.
I'm looking at this map, and it reminds me of a really complicated game of Battleship. Are we trying to sink talent or recruit it?
Recruit, Tom. Definitely recruit. Let's break it down. On the left side, we've got emerging AI specializations, things like advanced natural language processing or cutting-edge reinforcement learning. These are your high-value, hard-to-find talents.
And on the right, we've got more established skills like general machine learning or data pre-processing, the bread and butter of AI, if you will.
Exactly. Now, the vertical axis represents the visibility or commoditization of these skills. At the bottom, we've got highly visible, easily accessible skills. As we move up, we get into more niche, specialized areas that are harder to find and recruit for.
So, if I'm a startup, I should be aiming for the top left quadrant, right? The rare, cutting-edge skills?
Not necessarily, it's about balance. You need a mix of established skills to build your foundation and cutting-edge expertise to drive innovation. The map helps you visualize where to focus your recruitment efforts and where you might face the stiffest competition. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of the AI talent landscape, mapped out like a high-stakes game of 4D chess.
Remember, in the world of Gen AI startups, your team isn't just an asset, it's your secret weapon. Choose wisely, or you might end up with the tech equivalent of bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Tom. For all you Gen AI startup founders out there, may your mapping be accurate, your talent pool be deep, and your AI be ever generative. Until next time, keep innovating, and remember, in the game of AI, you either win or you become a cautionary TechCrunch article.